Right then, this is the Street Fighter 2 Custom Deluxe Arcade Control Panel by SHAR-KADE. Now this unit has a new gen i3 core processor. It also has 16 gig of DDR4 RAM, a 256 gig M.2 SSD. It has a GTX 1050 Ti graphics card, and it comes with two Xbox 360 controllers, two official SANWA sticks, and it has our 8TB Hyperspin setup. Now on our 8TB Hyperspin setups, we do have next gen titles like Street Fighter 5, Tekken 7, Mortal Kombat XL, Mortal Kombat 11 on this unit as well, Streets of Rage 4, and a ton more of really cool next gen titles. Also on that system, we have over 340 plus systems with MAME, Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, Atari, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Wii U, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PS3 stuff as well as also on there, and just thousands of retro stuff. So these units retail around £1,300. I know that price sounds quite high, but the mini PCs inside these units are quite powerful PCs and they ain't cheap to buy. The two official SANWA sticks are official ones, so them parts don't come cheap with the official SANWA buttons. These are a really compact plug and play unit. Now there isn't any setup or anything like that other than plugging it into your TV or monitor and plugging the power pack in and switching the unit on. You'll have two Xbox 360 controllers to plug in to the side USB ports. There's also about 4 extra USB ports on the back of the unit. There's also an Ethernet port. These units have Wi-Fi as well, so if you ever have a game go wrong or a system that isn't quite working correctly, you can just give me a call. I will connect to these units via TeamViewer, and I'll be able to sort out any issues that is on the system itself. But like I say, there's just thousands of retro stuff. So we just go in. We're in PC Fighters at the moment. So we have some cool games like Dragon Ball FighterZ, Injustice 1 and 2. We have Killer Instinct, which is a cool PC version of Killer Instinct. I believe they released this on the Xbox 360. And then we have Mortal Kombat 10. Mortal Kombat 9 is also on there. Street Fighter 5. We go back there. We do usually do 11TB setup. Mortal Kombat 11 usually comes on that 11TB setup for our Bartops systems. Because of these units, I believe the graphics card just isn't quite powerful enough for the next gen titles. That's all on the 11TB setup. We do have some really cool titles that will work on here, which is Streets of Rage 4 as well as Mortal Kombat 11. Now we have Mortal Kombat 11 there. It's all fully configured with the arcade sticks. We do a tutorial, we have a tutorial up on YouTube there, which shows you how to get arcade controllers working perfectly with MK11. So if we go back there, we'll go through some other systems. We have just tons and tons of stuff. We do also have pinball setups on here. So we'll have two pinball buttons, left and right. The left pinballs to exit most of the systems anyways. Within the pinball systems you can use pinball buttons. It won't exit, and then you would just press one of the coin buttons on the front to quit that system. So we'll just enter into Pinball FX2 there. The reason for the Xbox 360 controllers is there is systems like the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, N64, Sega Dreamcast that did have analog controls. I believe the Sega Dreamcast had a D-pad as well as an analog. There wasn't a huge collection of games, but there was games like Zombies Revenge and other games like that that would require you to use a D-pad as well as the analog. That's why the Xbox 360 controllers are solely configured for them analog systems. Now all the retro systems like Mega Drive, Game Boy, stuff like that, snares, nares are all configured with the arcade sticks.
Come on down south out here and meet some friends, man.
So as you can see, we have the pinball tables loaded up. You do have the mapping of the arcade controls like you would on a 360 controller. So it would be A, B, X, Y, LB, RB, left trigger, right trigger. Now for this game it is set up left trigger also on the left pinball and the right trigger on the right pinball. So if we just launch the ball there by holding A, and then as you can see it's quite difficult to do it one-handed, but you can use that left and right flipper on there. So to quit, like I say, is one of the add coin buttons. There is other pinball systems which the exit is the player 2 add coin. That's because it does have an add coin on future pinball. So just go back there, head down to another title. Let's load Streets of Rage 4. Like I say, these units are really powerful, man. They're just slightly bigger than what a PS5 console would be, but these do sit on a nice flat top surface. They have some nice rubber feet on the bottom to stop the unit actually slipping while you're playing, or if you're getting a bit rough with the sticks, you can really go at it without the whole unit moving around on the desktop. And like I say, these are fully plug and play, so they do have a separate power pack. They're nothing too big and bulky, just something that you would usually get on your laptop. That plugs straight into the unit. Then the HDMI, you'll have a 5-meter HDMI cable from us, which you'll be able to plug into your big 4K TV. But when you're running 4K, I'd recommend you knocking the resolution down in Windows to 1080p. I can show you a tutorial of that, or I can talk you through it once you get the unit. Like I say, you can plug that straight into your 4K telly, knock it down to 1080p, and the gameplay is absolutely brilliant. Some 4K tellies also support at the lower resolutions higher hertz, so you can add them higher hertz to get a nice smoother gameplay as well. So up to 120 hertz, playing Tekken 7, it just looks really cool, man. Looks absolutely smooth, and the gameplay is absolutely brilliant. So you can go into story mode. You do have the 2 Xbox controllers as well, so you can add an extra character. So you have player 2, then you have player 3, and then you have player 4. As you can see, you can change between the characters. You can select those characters. I'm not going to go fully into the gameplay, just due to because I haven't got time to record all day and night. So I'll just exit that system there. Quite simple. PC systems, you do have to exit via the main menu. Other systems, you do exit with the left pinball button, and so on and so on. So we do have a nice little collection of Teknoparrot on here. We do offer a 500 gig M.2 SSD upgrade, which is £100, and then that will give you the 500 gig SSD as well as a larger collection of Teknoparrot titles. With the Teknoparrot titles though, they are mainly configured with our Wii controller kit. So if you do want to play these games, you can use a mouse, but I recommend you use our Wii controller kit because it is configured more for them, the buttons and everything. All you would do is plug in your Wii bar, move about 3 or 4 foot away, about 5 foot away from the sensor bar, and make sure it's synced to mode 2, I believe, for the PC shooters and Teknoparrot shooters, and then mode 3 or 4, I believe, for the Wii games. But like I say, most of it's all plug and play. With the new Teknoparrot upgrade though, is if you don't buy the Wii kit from us, there will just be a little bit of setup to do for a couple of Teknoparrot games, about 3 or 4 Teknoparrot games, but I can easily talk you through that within about 10-15 minutes and get you set up. So it's very, very straightforward and very, very simple. So we have House of the Dead 4 there, we have Time Crisis 5, we have Afterburner Climax, which is configured with the Xbox 360 controllers. We do have Batman, we have Let's Go Island and Let's Go Island 3D. Let's Go Island and Let's Go Island 3D are just the same game. There is a button to turn it from 3D to 2D. And then we have Let's Go Jungle, and then Luigi's Mansion Arcade, Mario Kart DX, and Rambo. Sega Dream Raiders, is it? Sega Golden Gun, and Star Wars Battle Pod. So nice little Teknoparrot collection there. Probably the best collection of Teknoparrot games there is on there. They're all the better games. Most people request them games for Teknoparrot. So I thought, as there's limited space to put Mortal Kombat 11 on there, as well as some Teknoparrot games, I went with the best collection of Teknoparrot games. So then, if we just go into, let's have a look. We'll go into Mario Kart.
Loading.
Now the turnaround on these units is between 6 to 8 weeks, though we are catching up quite a bit. I believe this unit was ordered 6 weeks ago and it's now finished. But we do have just a good handful of orders left, and then we will be fully caught up, and then we're hoping we can knock the build time down to a lot shorter. But like I say, for parts and stuff like that, waiting for parts to come in, we're given 6 to 8 week build period just to make sure we've got time to get them bits and pieces in. Now we do have the Wolverine cabinet over in the back there, which has one of these a bit better performance mini PC inside that unit. It's the only Bartops build I've done with a mini PC inside. That one's up for sale. I am doing it on a special offer. I believe that's a 27 inch. I'm not sure, 27 inch Bartops, and I'm selling that unit for $16.85. So you are saving quite a couple of £100 on that unit. But I'm not quite sure of the spec yet of that one. I'll have to take a look inside. I believe it's got an i7 core processor, 16 gig of DDR4 RAM, but I'm not sure on the M.2 hard drive. And I think that's got a 1050 graphics card, no, a 1650 graphics card in. I'm not quite sure. So I'll have to take a look at that unit spec and then put a up for sale price on that unit. Now with Mario Kart, you can use the Xbox 360 controller. So most of the driving games are just Xbox 360 controller. I have had customers ask if you can set up wheels on the system. I believe you can. It's not the setups I would have on here for certain wheels, but if you do purchase a wheel, like say the T500 RS wheel and pedals, I could probably talk you through over one afternoon how to get it set up for the MAME games and the PC driving games. So this is a little bit different than the last Street Fighter unit I've done, which the last one did have a trackball in the centre, but the trackballs are no longer available for these systems just because of limited space, and it's a nightmare trying to wire everything up with that massive trackball in the centre. So we have some nice cool dust covers here, Street Fighter dust covers, and then we'll have that cool Street Fighter 2 custom grill in the centre there. There is a fan behind that grill to keep the system's air flowing through it, to keep it nice and cool. Then we'll have them buttons there, the Sanwa button set up there. On the front we've went with a red and white trim, a red trim there with a white centre panel with a nice red ring round the buttons there. And yeah, really nice looking unit, really clean, professional look and finish. So as you can see, trying to do it one-handed, but with Mario Kart and other systems, it does run extremely well. And that like I say, the gameplay is absolutely brilliant on this. The graphics is just spot on. For 1080p, the gameplay is just brilliant. You can't fault it really. These mini PCs are quite powerful for the size of them. I was really happy when I come across these mini units. And like I say, it works perfect for plug and play. So let's quit that system anyways. And that's it really. I won't go too in depth of all the systems and all the games. If you've watched me other videos, you would have seen what systems is on our 8TB setups, and on them extras I've just shown you there with Streets of Rage 4, Mortal Kombat 11 and this nice little Teknoparrot collection there. You get a really nice lot of games on this setup. So like, share, subscribe to the videos, hit that notification bell, and I will catch you later. Bye.